All right, so I wanted to check in with you about, and I haven't talked to you about this backstage because I don't know. I didn't want to. What? Do you want to talk about your love life at all?
Oh,
is that off limits?
No, I have a girlfriend. Yes.
Well, because you also weren't you married and?
Oh yeah, I was married.
No, not
it's
so
good
much.
It's in that order.
Right. I haven't talked to you about that at all. You were married the last time I saw you.
Yeah.
Now you have a girlfriend.
Now I have a girlfriend.
And it's not your ex-wife.
No.
Right.
But well, my wife and I split up about a year ago at this time. Yeah.
Yeah. You and I don't. What's that? Oh, the guy. Yeah, that's a good bit, I guess, to yell at. I know at Harmontown people participate in the show, but not in the sense of that they're trying to write comedy. Hey, you can connect that to the giraffe thing. It'd be a good callback.
I think.
I'm just over here. My name's Stephen Levy. Stephen Levy, that's the name of my assistant. I just named a real guy.
I think.
My name's Stephen Levy. I live in Kauai.
Well, Stephen Wyzorek actually lived across the street from me earlier that I killed in a snowmobile accident. But, still alive. So, no, he wasn't going for a comedy laugh. He actually could feel my awkwardness and tried to cut the tension.
Wait, when he was going for comedy when he connected your relationship to the guy in the
bathroom.
Stall.
Yeah, like that would have...
Don't exonerate him.
I just didn't think we judged here at Harmontown.
No, wait, we don't. You're right.
Oh, cram it, all of you, you know?
Okay, no, all right. No, it's like the third act of Reservoir Dogs in here. Who's judging who?
Yeah.
All right, let's all reset.
Well, I have a problem. Well, never mind. But
What? Well, if you have a problem, you should be safe to say it here.
Yeah, I would say I have a problem. In your movie and in your life, it's this nerd love, you know? And, wow, pen could drop right now. But I have a problem with a lot of nerd culture because I find them just as intolerant as other cultures. And
Whoever yelled out, "Shut up," that's a good bit.
Shut up! Go blow a guy in the bathroom!
Well, I have always my observation about nerd culture is it's always been that, or maybe I shouldn't say about nerd culture. I think about the individual nerd is that being a nerd, I think there's a cycle of abuse. So you go like, oh, I'm proud to be a nerd. I love being a nerd. Like there's a fraternity with other people who you think are abused along with you, but there's also like this weird like reflexive. Like if you really gave the average nerd an Iron Man suit, like. I don't know if he'd use it to like totally
crush
protect
people.
Everybody. I think he'd do some fucked up shit.
He'd be selective.
Yeah.
Well, I also think it's like, it's just like what happens in pardon my oldie time speak, but I just witness a lot of nerds acting just like jocks. You know what I mean? Like they're intolerant and stuff. But the other thing is like, it's like a problem I always had with the Revenge of the Nerds movies. The nerds at the end are jocks. They have
the cheerleaders as girlfriends.
They start banging.
They had semi-consensual sex with them.
Yeah, and it's clearly designed by studio executives who just assume every nerd would love to be them instead of like, why can't you just be yourself? Man?
Sure, and of course people who can't cast Anthony, what's his name?
Edwards?
Anthony Edwards and a Carradine as nerds, put prosthetic teeth in their mouths and like, these are handsome guys.
Well, they're in Hollywood. They couldn't find a guy with bad teeth.
I totally, yeah.
I just have a problem with people not being tolerant of others. So, sometimes like, I just find this kind of nasty nerd culture,
I'll go you one better.
What?
And confuse things all the more. I'm backlashing on the recent genuine nerd backlash culture. I don't like this whole I'm a real nerd. Everyone's calling themselves a nerd now, and I'm a real nerd because I have eczema. I think that's horse shit.
I'd like to show you my eczema. Maybe that's what the old lady saw on the plane.
Like flaky. Do you think that is this eczema? Will you look?
Let me see.
A barn-busting show in Toronto this weekend.
Show me your eczema.
I don't know what it is. I think it might just be not showering for a month. Like
It could be.
I'm just sort of peeling apart.
No, it's probably eczema.
But yeah, I don't know. I just like I feel like this is separatism or something. It's like.
Well, you're talking about my ex-wife. She would say, "I'm not a nerd because I go to Comic-Con. I'm a nerd because I complain about Comic-Con."
I mean, I think if you are worried that what's in your brain, should it come out of your mouth, wouldn't get you elected president, you're a nerd. And I think if we end up finding out that 249 million of us are nerds, then we get to walk up to the White House and go, "You're out." I feel like sort of like. I don't know. I feel like there's a nerd revolution where everyone's like, "I'm a nerd too." That's the nice thing about the third act of Revenge of the Nerds is that they go, "You know what? Come on down here if you think you're a nerd." And being a nerd becomes popular. And yes, there's irony to that.
And then you thought you based your career on that?
Yeah.
I'm
gonna get so laid.
I'm gonna be the Holden Caulfield of nerds.
I don't know. I just don't like. There's a new thing now where it's like there's people who go like, "I'm a real nerd. I don't just look cute in glasses." Like that hipster word. The word hipster now. It's like we're just working towards a world where hipsters come forward and go, "Yes, I am a hipster." But I'm tired of being picked on by nerds.
But when I heard
I like cool music, all right? Fine.
When I hear people making fun of using hipster as a derogatory term, I'm like, I don't find that threatening, you know what I mean? Like, a hipster to me, so it's not like, like you said, I could probably talk to this guy about music,
Right.
I'm not going to fit in their skinny pants or anything, but
But anytime anybody says anything, it's like nerd used to really mean it was like, fuck that guy, he's a nerd. No, fuck that guy. He can't come to our party. He's a nerd.
Right.
And there's a ton of people in this room that truly do not remember that actually was the case. Because I was honestly I was totally very young when that changed because of movies like Revenge of the Nerds. It was like, oh, there's this word nerd. Like, okay, now it's funny and interesting. It's like, you can watch movies that predate
the
Revenge of the
N-word?
Nerds. There's the N-word, yeah. There's movies.
I can say nerd. I am one.
If you find a movie called Joysticks, which is like this video game exploitation movie. It predates Revenge of the Nerds, and it sort of typifies like there's other movies where they're in the 80s, but it's before Revenge of the Nerds, and it's like there is a character with glasses and a pocket protector in the movie. And they do pick on him, but the big difference is the guys picking on him are the heroes. And they do just pick on him, and they go like, "Oh, here comes Stanley. Hey, Stanley!" And he's like, "Hey guys, I just thought the calculations suggest a different course of action." And they go, "Yeah, Stanley, why don't you go in the other room? There's a real hot girl in there. She wants it, Stanley. She really wants it. Oh, come on, guys! Nobody wants it from Stanley. No, she wants it, Stan. Get in there, but you gotta wear this blindfold, see? Or you won't get all of it. You want to get it all, Stanley." And that's the third act of the movie. It's the resolution. They overcome Stanley. They teach him what a virgin he needs to be by making him fuck a walrus. And they high-five each other and the credits roll. It's like, "It's in the way that you fuck with Stanley." Fuck that guy.
That's not the plot of Tusk, is it?
Revenge of the Nerds came out, and it was like, okay, now this word nerd, it's sort of that was the culture that I was sort of born into. It was the bottom line is then this word hipster. I've seen the same thing. It's like you go stand-up comics. They go like, these fucking hipsters. Like they don't like. What the fuck does it even mean?
What's it mean?
They mean 25-year-old, kind of. They just They often mean. I've heard my audience referred to as hipsters and nerds in the same like room, like in two different conversations. Like, a bunch of fucking hipsters showed up. Like that guy with the leg brace.
Well.
Yeah, I guess that's hip now, since it's hip to be a nerd. So I guess he's a fucking hipster. Let's beat him up.
I used to truly believe that there was. I really recently just changed. I used to think that there really wasn't good and bad in people. That I really felt that there was. We're all flawed, and sometimes we hurt other people, and sometimes we act selfishly, and then other times we rise above it and we don't. But I truly now believe that that's not true. I really believe there's just good and bad people.
Shitty people.
And who lack the ability to empathize. You know, so that's who I really don't have any patience for.
I was saying some conversation today. I was talking about.
By the way, I'm not on grass. I know
you keep doing callbacks to this, like, the idea that you're doing Little Rascals, right?
What, the way I speak? Yeah. That's
like,
the joke.
You're like 8 callbacks deep into that, but I think I'm the only one that's like noticing those callbacks. Like, that makes me feel like I hurt your feelings.
It's the sarsaparillas got me nuts.
You said that there were women making big eyes at you. That's it. I feel like because you.
Those were some attractive dames. I behaved correctly because I didn't want to end up in the Hooskow. The Crowbar Motel. Yeah, I'm a Damon Runyon character.
Were they the bee's knees?